What's up, guys? Rick Ginn. We're on the Rick Ginn YouTube channel. And are you struggling to get good leads for your wholesaling business? That's what we're talking about today. I'm probably going to piss off a lot of people in this live stream, but it needs to be said. I know why you guys are struggling on finding good leads. And let's just see if you guys want to hear the truth. So here's what I want you to do. Number one, use the comment section, introduce us, let us know where you're from, what market you're servicing. For God's sakes, make a new wholesaling friend, because that's all we talk about here. That is my commitment to you. I am the best at doing wholesaling because it's what I love. I've got 23 years experience, and that's all I'm going to teach you. Maybe I'll give you some parental advice along the way, but maybe share some nuggets of wisdom, but it's always going to come from the side of the wholesaler. Number two, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up an invite. And if you are not brave, if you just want to talk to me and maybe work on a deal, I work on some mindset or something to help you out. Listen, use it or lose it. I know there's probably about 30, 40 people that want to come on here and talk to me, but you're like, I really don't want to be on there. And I'm telling you, do me a favor. I want to see some new faces today. If you have never talked to me and you pop up first, I'm pretty much going to guarantee you're going to talk to me. I'm not going to embarrass you. I am here to help you. And the only way to do this is we do it publicly, because number one, I get you over your fear factor. Number two, show you it's not as scary as you think. And number three, I'm just a regular guy, dude. I started out wholesaling just like you, and I felt the same way you did. So let me help you solve it. And I promise you, as long as you give me the truth, I will help you out. If you want to sit here and feed your ego and stuff, I'm probably not the best guy to feed you, because I'm probably going to call you to the table on it. So click that link. I put the I put it in the comments. You can click on there, and I would love to see some new faces, because, and I love the ones that regularly come on here. They take advantage of it. But guys, come on, let's break out of our shell, because if you can't talk to me, how am I going to have you talk to tens of thousands of sellers? And today we're talking all about leads. I got to get you over this fear. So I appreciate you guys putting in the comments. So those of you guys in queue waiting, you can stare at my mug all day long if you want. If you even want to just cover your cameras up, I'll go on for 30 minutes. Go on. We'll talk about the lead situation, and then I'll bring you back on. So whatever you want to do. So I don't care. And by the way, I do enjoy seeing the person I'm talking to. Even though we're on the internet, it's just a little bit more of a connection, because I can see your facial features and I can kind of see how you react when we talk. And if I can help you out and save you from making a massive mistake, or reinforce what you're doing is you're on the right path, then I've done my job. So let's jump on into it. And let's just talk about why we're struggling to get good deals in wholesaling. And most of you are trying to attack this from like the 30,000 foot level. You got to come back down to the earth and ground. You see, most of the teachings and the coaching, everybody wants something that's cool and sexy. And the problem with cool and sexy, it sells, but it doesn't work in wholesaling all day long. And you've got to understand, before I get into it, I want you to understand this. If you have your real estate license as a wholesaler, I feel bad for you. You are severely limited. It's like doing wholesaling with your hands handcuffed behind your back. You have to give full disclosure to everyone. And let me repeat this, everyone you come in contact with. It's annoying. I hate it. And for that reason alone, I wouldn't be a licensed realtor. Number two, you got a license to do real estate, but they taught you like a realtor. And you've got to understand, once you get your license, you typically have to get sponsored. I'm not going to get the whole rules. And then you're going to follow under the NAR cult. And NAR is basically like that grandpa and that dad that you don't really get along with, but you have to impress, and it's all fake. And anything you do that's in question will go to that board. Let me give you an example. A good friend of mine went against my advice. He was scared. He's like, Rick, I got to get my real estate license. I get told I got to protect myself. I go, you're going to regret it. No. Now he was doing good volume. And I said, listen, here's the deal. if you want to hire employees that want to get their real estate license, but you as the owner of your business, it's going to make you more liable. It's going to limit your ability to market, and it's going to screw you over. No, so he went against the opposite. Ready for this? In 1 year, less than 1 year, I think it was 10 months, he got 9 complaints filed on him. Now, if you guys want to let me, who do you think filed most of the complaints? It was the realtors. It was the title companies. They all came from realtors and title companies. Now, the only person I'm concerned when I'm wholesaling is the homeowner. That's the only person that can really run you under the bus. And honestly, if you screw them over, they should report you. Sorry, we shouldn't be taking advantage of anybody. But when I go to a title company and I break my rules, which I've done in the past, and I give it to another title company and they go, you can't do an assignment of contract. That's illegal. I'm going to report you. I have to go to you have to go to an actual meeting, and guess who's on the board? They're all realtors and brokers, and you're going to be found guilty every time. In fact, his got so bad, he paid so many fines, he got rid of his license because it was so problematic. And then what they do is go back to the homeowner and go, hey, do you have a beef with them? And they almost got the homeowner to side with the realtor. Now, if the homeowner sides with the realtor, you got real problems, because then you're talking about estate attorneys, and that is no good. The problem, guys, is most of my clients I deal with, they don't want to deal with realtors at all. So we got a first 4. I'm not even going to put up a bulletin on this because it annoys the crap out of me. Don't get your real estate license. It's going to compound your ability to generate leads. Why? Number 1, you cannot cold call. Done. Off the plate. Next. Oh, you have a realtor's license? You cannot text. Done. Take that off your list. You can't do that. Oh, your marketing postcards, your door hangers, your flyers. You have to tell everyone you're a licensed, you have a license in real estate. You're basically a realtor. You have to disclose on every HUD, everything you do. When you go talk to your friend at a party and you talk about real estate, you're supposed to disclose that you are licensed in real estate. Do you see how annoying this is? I don't know what the benefit is, but if someone goes, well, if you get sued, it's not going to protect you. It's going to do the opposite and make you more liable. And the counter argument is you should get your real estate license because it makes you more professional. Yeah, if you want to list properties, go for it. Did you know when you do an assignment of contracts, say you make 30 grand and somebody complains to you, the board gets to review if you get to keep your 30 grand or not. How do you feel about that? I know about you. So I've known in 2 incidents where people lost their assignment of contracts because they felt they were not doing their fiduciary responsibility as a licensed realtor. And dude, for this reason alone, I'm telling you right now, if you go, well, I want to do the listings and I want to do the wholesaling. Dude, go all in wholesaling. Do you want to make $2,000 or $3,000, or do you want to make 10 to 15 grand minimum on each deal? Make a decision which side you want to be on, because you're chasing nickels and pennies on that side. Do you realize there's more realtors in 2024 than actual closings? I mean, this is how screwed up it is. Anyone's got a pulse can get a real estate license. And then you become part of NAR, and then they suck you in on MLS, and then you're going to be a certified this and that. And so we have to start out the gate telling you, if you have your real estate license, don't watch this live stream because I can't help you. You're screwed. You're done. It's over. I'm sorry. Oh, I can do paid leads. You still got problems on those, and I'm going to go over those later. Do you see, guys? You guys have constantly been brainwashed the last 3 or 4 years to get your real estate license. I actually heard someone say it's the only way they take you seriously. As a realtor, sure. I would lose half my deals if I had a license, because most of the people I deal with, they've had it with realtors. They've had it up, like, I've listed it. They told me this. None of it came true. You're the only person telling me the truth and solving my problem. You see, listing a property and buying a property, you're on 2 different gamuts of it, and you have to understand that. So if you got your real estate license, I'm here to tell you right now, I'm sorry. You're in, like, it's problematic. Think about everything you do. Even if you wrap your car, you have to disclose it on there. Every postcard, every letter, every probate letter you send out. Oh, we don't want to deal with a realtor. Okay, Rick's off the list. Stop tying your hands. It is one of the biggest problems I've seen when generating leads. And by getting your license, you think you solved one problem, you just created 10 more for you. If you don't get anything out of this, if you want to get into wholesaling, I've been in it since 2003. And by the way, they've tried to strong arm me every year since this. Now, do I have people that work with me have their real estate license? Yeah, why not? Listen, when we sell properties for retail, let them sort that crap out. But they're doing it realtor to realtor when we do that, and that's where the license helps. The license will not help you in wholesaling. It will not make you legitimate. If you're a bad person, let me ask you this. How many people have a driver's license that break the law every day? They speed, they cut people off, they hit other cars all the time. So if you're a bad person, a license is not going to regulate you or fix you. And that's the counter argument people have against wholesaling. Well, if they get the real estate license, we'll hold them accountable. For what? If there's already laws in the books, if you commit fraud, if you do forgery, if you purposely deceive people and omit major facts, the laws are already on the books to protect you. And they will be most likely criminal if you cross that line. We've already seen multiple examples of gurus who's crossed the line with short sales and all other sorts of things. And once again, I don't have any details on it. I just know when you cross the line, there's already laws on the books that protect you. So when you go get that license, in my ability, it majorly hinders you on your ability to generate tons of leads. Because if you took cold calling and texting out of any of my businesses, I don't know what I would do. And that's the equivalent of me getting a license. So if Rick's not going to get one, Zach's not going to get one, heed the warning. But you guys have heard all this other mantra about it. And by the way, to the date of this live stream, nobody yet has been sued for being a wholesaler in the United States of America. Now, fraud, yes, but that's on the books for all states, and it should be. But nobody in Illinois, nobody in South Carolina, nobody in Pennsylvania, nobody in Oklahoma, all these laws. How come no one's being pursued? Because we know it's all going on, because they're mostly scare tactics. Now, I don't want anyone to be tested with the law, and I'm not giving you legal advice. But at some point, if someone tells you have to get your real estate license to protect yourself, just say, can you show me case example where people have been taken to the woodshed because they get a license? And you're never going to get facts on it because it doesn't exist. And you have to understand this. Now, most of these laws you guys read about, read them. There's simple ways to skirt through them. Most of them have to do when you're marketing the properties. By the way, you should be marketing your contracts, not your properties. We're wholesalers, we're not realtors. Most of the violations are people representing a property and trying to sell the pictures. You are being a realtor if you do that. So you have to be careful how you make your connection with your cash buyers. That's why using a product like X Leads to vet your cash buyers protects you from that crap. Meaning you already know they buy properties, they're cash, they're legit, and you know it'll make it work. But the best way to protect yourself against all those things is just read it. You read it yourself, talk to your title company, and then if you have to talk to a real estate lawyer, and set and go. I do deals in South Carolina. I do them in Pennsylvania. I do them in Michigan, which had some laws. Most of the laws are rinky dinky. And they all clearly say you can legally assign a property. It always boils down to how you market and how you reach out to your cash buyers. So just read the rules like it's not hard. Remember, resourcefulness is one of the highest traits you can learn as a wholesaler. So if we know that, then it'll work on that. Okay, let's keep going through this. So I didn't put it up there. Don't get your real estate license because that's one of the biggest problems I see with wholesalers, because somebody told you it's going to protect you, or I can list properties and do that. If you're listing properties as a wholesaler, you don't get it. You don't get it. The average real estate agent is broke. They are absolutely broke. On average, an agent does 1 to 1.25 deals a year in this country. How are you going to make a living doing that? Even if it paid you 50 grand, it's not going to cover, it's not going to be a job. So now, are there realtors that knock out of the park? Absolutely. But you got to make up for all the people that don't do anything. This is how easy it is to get a realtor's license. And as long as you pay your fee and you turn your computer on like a couple hours for a course certification, you're good to go. You see, the realtor license is more of a fee grab than anything. You know, when your government takes your right away and sells it back to you. like a fishing license, which is a joke. Like your property taxes. Don't get me going. Okay. Let's get through this. So don't get your license. I'm going to put that up there. But here's the reality, guys. Most of you are looking in the wrong places and you just won't admit it. And I tell you guys all the time, you're looking in the wrong places. What do I mean by this? Listen, here's, if I wanted to find, so if I'm in like an open plains area and I wanted to find a small brush fire, what would you look for? Would you look for the fire first or would you look for the smoke? Now, we all know smoke rises, and depending on the color of the smoke, you can actually dictate what type of fire it is doing. Are they nasty chemicals? Is it an accelerant like gasoline? Is it black? Is it white? Is it gray? And from that, guys, you can tell so much about anything but here's the question is, how do I look for fire? You can't, because unless that fire's like 10 stories high, you're not going to see it from a distance. So why do you think wholesaling is any different? Most of you just look for the fire. Like, where can I find a distressed seller? Where can I find this? And then you go searching. And some of you go looking on MLS. Some of you go look on Zillow for this stuff. And mostly you're finding people who just want to sell a house. And everybody knows what we mean by someone who wants to sell a house. Remember, any house on the market is a want sell. I want to sell it. But do they need to sell it? No. If you give them their crazy ass price, they will sell it. And that's why you get all these hooplas and shenanigans on MLS. And I hate it. I think it's ridiculous, but that's how they play the game. So how do you look for fire? Well, you're going to look for the fire or you're going to look for the smoke. I'm going to go hunt the smoke. You see, when I go for fishing, a little telltale sign when we're offshore, I can't see the fish. Like, I have no idea. You know what the telltale sign for a fish is, other than when the water goes erupting with them? It's birds. And the birds are looking for the same thing the fish are, but they're looking for the fish to push it up to the surface. So if you understand, if I go out in an ocean and there's thousands of square miles, all I have to do is look up for the birds. So I'm going to apply that same principle when looking for wholesale leads is I just look for the smoke. What's the easiest way to find your smoke? Nope. It's not something you create on your own. You just look for the smoke. Your smoke, the easiest way to start is government lists. Now, there's a madness to me and Zach's teaching on government lists. Number one, it works. It's not sexy. It's boring. It's super fundamental. But for God's sakes, it is smoke. When someone's behind on their taxes, do you think people go, hey, honey, you know, wouldn't it be really cool if we got behind on our taxes? It would be a blast. No, they don't do that. They got stuck in a situation. Life happens. We've all been through it at one some time. And I'm telling you, nobody chooses to be in pre-foreclosure. Nobody chooses to have an ugly house. Nobody wants to be on the code violation list. Nobody wants to be on the eviction list. But stuff happens in life. So we have to find the smoke. Are you going out and finding the smoke? Put in the comments and tell me how you hunt and what your smoke is to find these deals. And you have to do it. Now, you have to understand, I'm reading comments as we do this, so I'm not, you know, my ADD kicks in. So I want you guys to understand this live stream, especially if you're new or you're struggling. Actually, if you're struggling, you should lean in more. You got to go find smoke. So ask yourself, what am I looking for? Is the smoke going to lead me to a motivated seller? Now, here's an example of no smoke at all. No smoke at all. I'm going to go search MLS. Great. There's no smoke at all there. You're just going on an internet search and you're going to get everything you desire for items you need, but there's one little problem. You're not going to be able to deal with the seller at all. In fact, you'll never talk to him. You'll never meet him. And you're going to get a pie in the sky price on it because he wants to pay for the realtor with the price that you're going to pay him. So I don't even know why you would look at, there's no possible way to find smoke in MLS. Are there deals in MLS? Yeah, but honestly, I listen to you guys all the time. You guys either take someone's course and you do this agent out touch, whatever you want to call it, and you all come back here. So I know it's slim pickings on the course. It sounds super sexy. On paper, dude, sign me up. But I already know what's going to happen when you do it. You're going to get, you know what you're going to be? You ready for this? This is my favorite. I love this saying. So true every time. If you do the MLS search, you're going to be busy. And busy means you're going to be broke because you're going to pay someone to teach you a strategy that really doesn't work, but it keeps busy and it sounds super sexy. And it's going to waste about 3 to 6 months of your life. And you're going to go, crap, it doesn't work. And what do I say? Do the hard stuff up front and it'll get easier on the back end. But if it seems super easy up front, like a paid course for you, they'll give you all the answers. They tell you where to go. Dude, if it was so easy, they would be knocking out of the park themselves and they would never share it with anyone. The reality, if I thought it was that easy, I would go straight there and do it myself. The reality is less than 3% of my deals ever come from MLS, and it's usually by accident. So why on earth would I ever teach you that strategy? Now, there are opportunities in there, but I like realtors to talk to realtors, and I have people on my team, that's all they do. But honestly, they don't come up with a lot of deals. And I'm in the business full-time with a ton of experience. The deals are marginal at best, and they do not merit a wholesale deal. Every now and then there's an exception, and it's always what I call like an inside job. Like the realtor knows what needs to be done, but they're making them put on the market 30 days. And I don't want to develop thousands of relationships to buy like one property every 18 months. It just doesn't work. So guys, don't do things that keep you busy because busy means you're broke. I want you to carefully listen, like in the rest of the week. If someone goes, I'm just so busy, I'm so busy. I avoid those people like the plague because busy just means like you're running around with your head cut off and you don't really feel like any direction. And you do things to soothe your soul so you can make sure that you're pacified. So a baby has a pacifier. A broke person uses the busy pacifier. And if you get a busy pacifier stuck in your mouth, you'll never get anywhere. I used to be the busy guy. I already know. Busy does not mean you're making a ton of money. Actually, I find the busier you are, probably the less money you're going to have in the bank and the less direction you have in life. So if you feel that way or you're surrounded by people constantly telling you're busy, you might want to rethink who you're hanging out with. Because busy means I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to keep going in a circular motion that makes me comfortable until I pass out. And I don't want you to do that. So if we understand all that, we understand government list is the foundation of smoke. Government list, guys. And if you want to know where to find the government list, go to freewholesaling.com. I list every category where you can find motivated sellers. Tax delinquencies, code violations, probates. Oh my God, don't even get me started on probates. Eviction list, arrest records, water shutoffs. I can go on all day on this stuff, but we're trying to basically break down why you're struggling finding leads. So you have to first start out and go, hey, what is not working for me? So if you want to put in the comments, because I think we can help each other out here, let's just have the guts to share the screen on what's not working. Now, there's a difference. If I'm working, say, the code violations and I haven't got a deal yet, that doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means you have to keep putting in the work for it. But a lot of people, like, they'll come to me and go, Rick, I tried direct mail and it failed. I go, I already know why it failed you, because you didn't commit to it for 90 days. You don't have a strategy and you don't even understand how it works. No wonder you fail at it. See, if you did direct mail in one shot and you paid $2,000, you might as well just like take $2,000 and give it to a charity. You would be better off. Takes 3 months to get traction in direct mail. Anything less than that, you're literally, I've studied it for over 20 years. I'm just telling you, you can't do it. When I go on a new market, I don't really get a deal for 3 months. It takes time. They respond to your marketing message. You get the right list. You dial it in. You got to adjust it. And then you start to get contracts. And then you got to figure out what the value of the asset it is, which all real estate's local, and we screw that up. That's why it takes 3 months. So The government list is your smoke. This is your foundation to learn the fundamentals of wholesaling. Once you understand that, what are we looking for? Here's the next problem is you guys don't set your wholesale compass. In fact, most of you are doing everything except wholesaling. I will go out on a limb and tell you that the Flip with Rick show, my show, and Zach's YouTube, we're the only ones that do 100% wholesaling. Now, we do some motivational stuff on our private channels, but Flip with Rick, we are 100% wholesaling. I don't teach strategies that I won't use. You guys notice I never talk about novations because it's a manipulation of retail, and it will never work in the long run. Plenty of people make money, but it has a higher failure rate than success rate, hands down. And if you do it correctly, you have to invoke a lawyer. And none of you guys invoke a lawyer. I already know you don't do it. And when your deal goes bad and you get sued and it costs you $50,000 or $100,000, you'll know why I don't endorse this strategy. Now, it's my opinion. I have no skin. If I've done a novation, by the way, novation is a substitute of contract. All the other crap that goes with a novation has nothing to do with wholesaling. You are acting as a pseudo lawyer and you are messing with your fiduciary responsibility, because once you do a power of attorney, you're going to have a major problem if that deal goes sideways, because you're supposed to represent the homeowner's best interest. And let's face it, if you're pocketing more than the homeowner, I don't know how you're ever going to win that in front of a judge. I've watched litigation. I can share case law with you on it. In Florida right now, mostly in Florida, unless you use one of these specialty title companies, they do not want to do novations at all because they feel they're at massive risk for a lawsuit. So if the title company's telling you like they're scared to be getting sued, you should have the same fear. So I'm not going to talk about stuff doesn't work. So back to our wholesale compass. My ADHD kicks in. Are you guys looking in the right place? Because I know all the wrong places you're looking. So let's check the comments and see if anyone says, okay. They were. So a wholesale compass. So if we have a compass, so if I'm going on a boat or I'm going on a hiking trail and you want to go north, do you go west on the compass? Because that's what a lot of you are doing. So you got to have a couple variables just to set a compass. Usually you have to have a latitude and a longitude. In wholesaling, we have to add a third one because otherwise you won't have direction. And this is nothing new. I say, here's what you said. You set it to ODM. And it's simply an acronym of how to dial in and find a great wholesale deal. And all it means is off market, direct to seller that needs to sell. Is there any misunderstanding on that? And if you do this, you will answer your question if you're struggling with a lead that's really not a wholesale lead. So let's take an example. ODM. Oh my God, I found a killer deal on MLS. The realtor brought it to me. I think we're going to hit it out of the park. Okay, let's go through the compass. Is it off market? No, it's on market. Are you direct to seller? No, I'm dealing with a real estate agent. Do they need to sell it? No, they've got like some BS price on there. It's what they want. Next. And that's all you got to do. I'm telling you, if you just go through this checklist, you'll save all your time. The only exception to that deal is the realtor calls me and goes, listen, the seller called me and told me they want it sold now. I know you make offers. Can we work together on it? And if you had a relationship with that realtor, you got a great shot. But you guys calling realtors off MLS, off all this other stuff, how many hours are you spending doing that? I already know the outcome. You don't have to waste your time doing it. I mean, every now and then, what's the saying with a squirrel? Even a blind squirrel can find an acorn or a nugget, but I'm just telling you, you can be blindfolded, it's never going to work. So guys, off market is the key. Almost 98% of my deals are off market and wholesaling for 23 years. I already know the numbers. 2% are like, and I'm not counting JVs. JVs, I do not count in this number because obviously it would be skewed. So on my regular wholesale business, 98% come from off market. So why would I tell you to go on market? Now, the question is, what is your determination of on market and off market? And here's my definition. It's not properties just on MLS. It's anytime I put in an address in the internet and it pops up for sale with pictures everywhere. Redfin, Realtor.com, Trulia. I mean, you know all the sites. It's like that's an on-market property. And I don't know about you, but I know in wholesaling is I don't want to pay the most, and I don't hide it from anybody. And if you say you're going to pay the most in your marketing, you're an idiot because you're lying to your customers right off the bat. I'm going to give you the best offer, not the highest. And the best offer gets the property sold quickly for exactly what you need to get. And we honor our word and move forward. That's the best offer. The BS offer is the one who offers higher and then it's going to try to use inspections and strategies to cut it down. Do you know on MLS, do you know what percentage of deals try to renegotiate based off the inspection? This number will blow you away. Take a wild guess in the comments. What percentage of deals get renegotiated based on the inspection? And that's the realtor's contingency period. And remember, these are the same people that accuse us of playing games during our contingency period. What percentage do you think of realtors try to renegotiate their price after the inspection? I mean, Jonathan, right there, I believe it's in the 76 to 78 percentile. Do you know how ridiculous that is? So I'm just letting you know the games on that is because here's how it works. If I have a price, the higher you go on price on real estate and really anything in life, the harder you're going to have to work at it. And a lot of times that tippy top retail price, by the time you back out the renegotiation, the extra time they dragged on, you make a couple more payments, the additional realtor fees, the repairs and everything, you would have been better off taking the price that a wholesaler will offer you. And this is the trick to the trades. Most realtors, that's, I argue with them all the time. We buy the properties. It doesn't matter if we assign them or not. We put a target price and give you where you're going to wind up. A realtor, 100% guessing. They really don't care. And then most of them will list it for 30 days and have a coming to Jesus meeting with you. And this is why I do not live in realtor world. This is why I want to find properties that are on market. I mean, off market. Off market, guys, 98%. Rick's not going to steer you wrong. I've taught Zach this exact strategy. Why are you guys wasting time chasing on market properties? Now, for those of you who want practice, go to Zillow, do the FSBOs. Those are still technically on market. Now, understand this. In a perfect world, we get ODN. Off-market direct to seller needs to sell. Do all my deals hit all three criteria? No. But I guarantee you 90% hit 2 out of the 3 criteria. 1 out of the 3, probably less than 10%. So I'm a betting man. If I'm going to Vegas, I'm going to go with the numbers every time. And I want you to know, there are exceptions to the rule. There are always some freak cases out there. That's why real estate's all local. But guys, listen, your biggest problem is you're mostly looking in the wrong places and you don't have your wholesale compass set. So if you want your wholesale compass set, ODN. Simple. So when I talk to you about deal, the first thing I say, where did you get the deal from? And when the minute you rattle off MLS or I got it on this, I'm going to dig and go, how did you know to do the deal? Like, what was the motivating factor? And I can't hear it. I promise you, I'm going to shoot your deal down unless you tell me something just mind-blowing. And I've been, on air over 4 years now, and nobody's really blown me out of the water with that did not meet the ODN requirement. And by the way, every 6-figure deal I've done, they've always had all 3. Every figure that I've had 5 figures on, they've had 2 out of the 3. You know, the ones that had single figures on them, like 4, like 9,000 or less, they have 1 out of the 3. And so I always play the numbers. So if I've done this 23 years, if I can save anybody some aggravation on it, I want you to understand that. Now, moving forward, I will tell you this. If you just follow this line, I will save you guys a lot of aggravation. I learned this the hard way after 2.5 years of being the most adamant, most annoying wholesaler of them all, because I thought in the beginning it was all about sales. And I'm telling you, if you take the Grant Cardone approach, which go ask Gary Brecka how that worked out for him. I'll leave it there. If you take the Andy Elliott approach, by the way, 2 wonderful men with incredible work ethics, but their approach does not work in wholesaling. It doesn't work at all. It will destroy your business because you see, you can't chase sellers that want to sell. You can chase. So chasing is what we call sales training. Do you really think you have a magic line to make people sell their house? When they want to sell it, the only thing that is going to incite them is price. And I go in the game knowing I'm never going to pay the most. I don't even hide it from anybody. And the more apparent you are about that, the easier this process is. And the more you try to act like this slick realtor or like a used car salesman, the more you're just going to turn people off. So the two people I just mentioned before, I give a lot of credit for, but the problem is at some point you still have to solve someone's problem to get the deal done. And if you can't solve their problem, why on earth would they sell you their property and let you put it under contract? And until you come from a place of trying to help people and solve problems and listen to them carefully, you're never going to make it in this business. It's the truth. And realtors are taught just to chase people who want to sell. Because remember, what's a realtor's job? I know what you guys say. Well, a realtor's job is to get the property sold. Their initial goal, and you can talk to any realtor or broker, is to get the listings. Once you get the listings, you get control. It's like putting an option on the property. And then most of them, why do you think every realtor makes you sign a 6 or 12-month listing? Because they feel like they can adjust prices on you and there's nothing you can do. So when I list my properties, and I want everybody to hear this, when you work with a realtor, never, ever, I don't care how great they are, sign a listing more than 30 days. Why? Because they perform 10 times as hard for you. Because after 30 days, if they do nothing, I don't feel obligated to stick with them. Now, the reality is you should be giving them 2 or 3 months. But I go, listen, if you do everything you say you're going to do, I'll automatically renew with you. Bring me offers, show me the marketing strategy, show me you staged the house right, show me you did open houses. I'll just keep renewing it. But if you sign this agreement and walk away from me, we're done. I also put in the realtor's agreement that if I bring a buyer, which I often do, I don't pay them, or I give them like $500 to go away. Why should they be rewarded for my hard work? If I out hustle you in selling a property, why should you earn a full commission? Guys, you got to stop. But the realtor said I got to have it 6 months. No, you don't. You can you can list a property for 1 day. You guys just you're so indoctrinated by like the real estate system. So I'm telling you guys, stop chasing sellers that want to sell, because number one, there's no magical words, and if they want to sell and they don't need to sell, there's not enough time, energy, or magic phrases for you to change their mind. End of story. We got to understand that. So that leads us to, okay, Rick, I get all the standard ways you're getting leads. I get it. And so what about like these services done for you? Okay, well, let's talk about it. PPC. Who's doing PPC? Put in the comments right now. And don't BS me, because I'm going to call you to the plate on it. I've done PCC. It's big boy money. 6 figures. You're doing PPC anything less than 6 figures, in my opinion, you're wasting your time, unless you have a deep background from another career and you ran PPC campaigns. That's the exception. And honestly, if you find that person, make them your partner, because if they can produce leads like that, they're extremely valuable, and you want buy-in to the business, because it requires, to be a PPC expert, you probably need 5,000 hours training. That's a lot. And guys, 5,000 hours, that's like 4 years worth of work, like the reality of it. You can't just crunch 5,000 hours. It takes time and experience. And then there's still a learning curve when you come into the real estate business. So PPC is pay-per-click, and the words get bidded. And the only way PPC even works is you really got to consider doing it nationwide. So if I try to do PPC in South Florida, the average keywords for sell your house fast, it can be $300 to $400 a click. There's a lot of variables into it. I'm not going to get into it, but I smoked through 30,000 in 6 days. Now, I got deals off of it, but it was extremely stressful. And I didn't have the background. So then you have to hire a person. And I'm like, this is crazy. And the problem is, do I want to do deals in Arkansas? Do I want to do deals in Oklahoma? Do I want to do in New York City? No, I don't. And that's the other problem, PPC. If you make it very specific, you're going to get outbid. And the bidding process, so you guys understand, it is market value. And so it's counterproductive to what we do as wholesalers. Does it work? It does. Also, your speed to lead has to be insane, under 2 minutes. So remember that freedom of time that you wanted in wholesaling? PPC is going to eliminate that for you. Now, there's people that are successful with it. Don't get me wrong, but they have dedicated departments, dedicated partners, dedicated employees, and that's all they run, and they throw hundreds of thousands of dollars at it. I have the money to do it. I don't even want to do it because it's just not profitable in the areas I want. I do better doing nationwide, providing you guys value, showing you how to find these deals and just partner up with you. And by the way, just so you know that still cost me over $1 million a year, but it's like, I don't have stress with it. It's very rewarding for me. If I bring those in and do it myself and I cut you guys out, I have to run entire departments and it's capital intensive and it sucks. So what's our next argument here? Okay, well, Rick, PPC, there's got to be a better way to do it. Perfect. Let's go on to PPL. This is basically paid leads you get. And the PPL stands for pay per lead. All PPL is PPC, and they outsource it and do everything for you. What a brilliant idea. Are you serious? Like, I just pay you and feed me leads. Now, I'm going to let you in a little secret. When they first did this, it was phenomenal. They grossly undervalued how much a lead was worth. So back then, we could buy a lead, a bona fide lead, check this out, for $10 to $30. And we had a lot of freelancers doing it. So what happened over time? They got smart. They go, crap, man, these guys are making a lot of money off of us. Let's go at market rate. And so what happened is companies got more organized. The independent guys got squeezed out. And then small business corporations put together. And then they started selling their services. They started making millions doing it. Let's fast forward to 2025. In January of this year, they passed a law basically saying that you cannot sell a lead. You can only derive your own lead and market to them. You can't sell it. Now, they also, we got a workaround it. Well, your workaround has raised your cost about 20%. And number two, it'll eventually be squeezed out. And here's the problem. What used to be $10 to $30 a lead is now $250 to $500 per lead. And not my numbers, their own admission on these, it takes 15 to 25 deals to get one successful deal. So let's just be conservative. Let's say 300 and 300 in my area, they're $450 a lead. And here's the thing, I don't think they sell them to you exclusively. I think they run you guys. So they have this other thing where you have a subscription and you pay a subscription fee and then the first come to the lead gets it. And you guys just 100 people call one seller and like you really burn the bridge on it. But 300, let's say it costs, and 25 leads, it's going to cost you $7,500. And keep in mind, the techniques I'm teaching you here are not going to work because all those people are mostly interested. They do want to get with, some of them want to get rid of the property, but a lot of them play games. And the other part of it, most of the time, it just comes down to the number. And if you want to be a cash buyer, you don't want to be a wholesaler, you can do PPL and knock yourself out. But remember, guys, what is the highest calling you can have in wholesaling? What is the number one skill set you learn in wholesaling? Put it in the comments. What is the number one skill set you have to master to be a great wholesaler? Or even be, in my opinion, even like you to cross the six-figure threshold. There's one skill set I tell you guys all the time, and you have to understand it. Aaron nails it. I know Aaron. I'll see Aaron in less than a month. But the reality, guys, is you have to do marketing. But, you know, here's the problem is if I hop back to this screen here and I do PPL, let me ask you, if your sole marketing channel is PPL, how long do you think you're going to last in this business? Because what I did was 10 to 30 bucks. Now they just threw a bunch of zeros behind it. Now it's $300 to $450 a lead. And it gets to the point where they try to just give you like a 10% ROI. I did not get into wholesaling to make 10% for this amount of work. I need to make like infinite returns. And you know what the problem is? You guys are being duped. And if you really think you can be an effective wholesaler and not generate your own leads, you're never going to last. I guarantee it 100%. I've been in this business 23 years. The only people I still see surviving the business are the ones that generate their own leads in the long run. Can you get leads from PPL? Yes. But if you try to survive on that ship alone, you're basically giving up half your business right off the bat. Well, Rick, I don't have to spend any marketing dollars. Yeah, you do, because they're $300 to $450 a lead. So you're gonna have to write that check. And let's be honest, guys, most of the people that promote it, they get the leads free from that company in return for promoting it. They can rip through 15, 20 leads. It doesn't hurt them. You and me, it would crush us. And let me ask, how much pressure you think it is when you're ripping through a pay per lead and all they really care about is price? And every time you click a button, it's like $300 or $400. You're just cringing. And that's the problem with it. Because here's where we go to the next one. If you don't master marketing, you're going to be mastered. You are going to be owned by somebody else. And I don't know about you, that would horrify me as a wholesaler. You see, he or she that finds the lead and originates it did the highest skill set in that entire transaction. That's why wholesalers are at the tippy top, and then everybody works their way down the food chain. Now, is wholesaling easy? Absolutely not. I'm the first to admit it. It takes guts. You get rejected a lot, but finding the deal. Everything after wholesaling, in my opinion, is kind of funny because everybody wants to make a little nickel here. The realtor wants to make it. The fix and flipper always think they're going to hit it out of the park. Honestly, most fix and flippers I've met, in the end, they wind up being broke because they have to go to speculation. Wholesalers always make money by minimizing the risk and maximizing the reward. Can you do do I do fix and flips? I do, but I cherry pick them very carefully because I don't like doing them because they usually don't work out profit-wise and they take much longer than anticipated. So I love to control a deal, get it under contract, sell the rights to the contract and make a crap load of money and do it over and over again. Can I do a fix and flip? Yeah, but I learned my lesson a long time ago on fix and flips. It's a whole new skill set. I don't teach it and you got to go to another channel. And when you do it, let me know when you want to come back because eventually you're going to get whacked on the head. Listen, when you fix and flip, you have no idea what the repairs are. You cannot see through the walls. And let's face it, we buy problematic properties. And then you can't dictate what the Fed's rate for mortgages is going to be when you sell the property 6 months later. And then you can't determine what the inventory is. And guess what dictates? If you have a quality product, even if you built it out spectacularly, if 2 houses down the street from you are at a lower price, you have to drop your price because it'll never appraise. And then the appraisal, most appraisals are punished unless you do a full rehab, document every expense, and own it for at least a year. You will be punished in the appraisal, I promise you. So we go back to this and say, either derive your own leads or you're going to be owned by who derives the leads for you. All these pay-per-lead services, they had a great idea, but they've gotten too greedy. And the quality is, I find 5 or 10 people to do it. One person does well and the other 9 are like, dude, I just threw money out the window. Now, some of them, maybe they only did 5 or 6 leads, full disclosure. And PPL is not for the faint of heart. If you don't know how to close people, the thing is, I don't teach you how to close people based on price alone. You need a realtor for that. I don't do that. I teach you how to connect with people, build rapport with them, and solve their problem. But if price is the only thing that solves your problem, Flip with Rick, freewholesaling.com. I can't solve it for you, and you have to understand that. So you guys have to understand that and keep this in mind. On pay per lead, this is true right here. Check this out. The people who tell you cold calling is banned and you can't do it, these are the same ones that are selling you cold call leads. Did you know that almost half of the PPL leads are from cold calling? because they don't have a real estate license. They don't tell you it. They're now disclosing it because they have to by law. And isn't that ironic that the people will tell you that cold calling is illegal? They're going around behind your back and they're just selling you the leads. So buyer beware and understand it. Pay per lead already knows that the PPC option is not even cost effective. So they're getting mill houses to do cold calling to sell it back to us wholesalers. How ironic how this business always comes around full circle. Guys, more than probably half the PPL leads derive from cold calling now. Why? Because it's cheaper, it's more cost effective, and the PPC, everybody's getting outbid. I don't know about you, man. I hate anything you got to bid the market. So once again, either you master marketing or you are going to be mastered. This modern day wholesaling, which I've heard from multiple angles, where it's like ignore marketing. So go out and do a little study. Whoever your favorite person you follow on the internet or stuff like that, go back and look at their fundamentals of wholesaling and ask yourself, did they outsource marketing when they started wholesaling? And I guarantee you the resounding answer is no. They had to go in the pit, they had to suffer, they had to grind, and they had to hustle. The new wave wholesaler is trying to tell you, you don't have to do any of that. I go, well, good luck. God, that's like going through joining your high school football team and never tackled a person all the way through Pee Wee football or before. You're going to be riding the bench for at least 3 years because you don't know what to do. And it hurts like hell when you've never tackled someone. It hurts like hell. Let me tell you, going to UFC thing, would you fight a UFC fight without any training before? No, you get killed. Your fear alone would take you out. And this whole thing where you skip marketing, which I think is a major, major mistake, and rely on realtors, PPC and PPL, you're not going to have a wholesale business. You're just going to be busy and you're going to wind up be broke. So keep this one in mind. And so I put on the screen, the damn thing would not, I had like 4 more pages to add to this. And I just ran out of characters. So StreamYard limits the character. I put every option like what you should be doing before you do any of these things. And guys, the whole goal is to get from the JV team from 0 deals to 5. You're going to have to step up and prove yourself. And it won't be easy. You're going to have to grind. You're going to get rejected like crazy. And if you do this, you get to 5. I know you're ready for wholesaling, but Billy, I can't do it. Listen, if you can't get 5 deals through your government list and doing all the techniques we teach you at freewholesaling.com, you're probably not going to make it. Like, let's just tell the truth. Like, let's just be brutally honest. You don't want it bad enough. Like David Goggins says, who's going to carry the houses here? He says, carry the boats. I say, carry the houses. How bad do you really want it? Like, when we get down to it, let's just stop talking about like crappy leads. You derive the leads, but if you're looking on MLS, you're just looking at Zillow, you talk to a few realtors. I already know your projection, man. Like, dude, wake it up. If I could just like grab you guys and just smack you around a little bit. Like, did you guys watch the Slap League on Friday night? I was doing Discord. Thank God some people streamed it for me. I got to tell you, man, I used to make fun of that league, man. Those people don't play. Now, I think it's stupid to get your head smacked out and get your brain rattled. But I got to tell you, man, it takes some guts. Even the guys and girls. I think it's absolutely ludicrous you get knocked out and carried out on a stretcher. But some of you guys got to get into the fight, man. Go out and listen, learn. And here's the really cool part. When you master marketing and you get 5 deals done, then you can start hiring people and getting help. But how can you lead people if you don't know how to do it? And so many people are telling you to outsource this, outsource that. Every one of you go, I outsourced my cold calling, and exactly what you said came true. He goes, I'm like 10 grand lighter. I got nowhere and I'm back to square one. I go like, oh my God, I told you that when you did that. And I'm telling you, man, just please understand, master marketing or you're going to be mastered. The reason why you guys are struggling getting good wholesaling leads is because you're usually looking in the wrong places. And here's the secret. Most of you are looking for the easy button. I don't have an easy button. I got a pain in the ass hard button. You got to push and you've got to lock down hard on it. And if you don't, you're going to be out of this business. Now, I'm not the guy who's going to show you how to get a staff of 20 and 25 because That's just not my forte. I've done that before. I don't like working that hard. I'm going to be brutally honest. I like staff of 5 or less, and you go hit it out. Now, here's the reality. 95% of wholesalers are going to gross less than $2 million. All you guys hearing these people, oh, 20, 30 million, they're full of it. Like no one can ever prove a number on it. There is a limit in what you can make in wholesaling. I'll even tell it to you. What's the limit? The question is, do you want to talk about gross or net? So I'm telling you right now, as one person, because I've done this as one person, I can net $1 million doing wholesaling. There's no other business that you can do that's illegal. Now, you can push it to 1.5, 2, 3, usually under 5 with a small staff, and you can have a lot of fun doing it and make a lot of money. I never said I'm going to be the guy who makes the most money, but I promise you, I'm always the happiest wholesaler. My family works in my business and I love every minute of it. I can't find any other wholesalers where like their son or daughter is a full-time employee and they've done it from day one. It speaks volume because I put my money where my mouth is with my family. And I think once you figure out wholesaling, you can release anything else in your life. I was able to travel with my son. We did wrestling tournaments. I traveled with my daughter doing her cross country. And that's crap my parents never gave me. And I said I was going to change it. I didn't know how. I found wholesaling by accident, and here I am. And if you found this channel, I want to thank you. You're in the right place. So we're going to get to some questions here. But I'm telling you guys, do not skip the marketing because it's going to be a real problem for you. Somebody asked what's PPL? I mean, PPL means paid per lead. Just go back and record this because it's live. And we'll go. So I'm going to answer a few questions here and I'm going to jump on the lives. I think I can get to everybody and we will do that. Let's see here. Okay. It's a lot of questions. Okay. Let me get the ones I could pick off right away. So Mark, dude, I'm getting it. I think like anything competitive, like I'm all about, but this slap thing, I mean, I prefer UFC, but like the slap thing's interesting because do you know this? I think the slapping does more damage to your brain. I'm really concerned. Some of these people's faces swelling up on the side, but it takes some serious guts to get in that ring. So, and you want to hear something funny, Mark, is the one time that UFC comes to my backyard, I'm going to LA for those 2 weeks. So me and Zach are kind of aggravated because I was willing to do anything to get a really good seat and have a good time with it. But I'll be patient. I'd probably rather go out to Vegas anyways and do the whole experience. So let me know if any opportunities come up with it because me and Zach would love to do that. So, okay, let me get the comments here. So let's do this. I love to help people out. So first of all, if you're new here, you're like, dude, what the hell is this guy talking about? I think he's a little bit crazy. Freewholesaling.com. I'll teach you how to do wholesaling. I don't charge you a dime for it. Me and Zach are the only ones that give 100% free course. I have nothing to sell you. I offer X leads if you want to use some software, and it'll probably save you 50% if you're using any of the other softwares. If you don't believe me, take me up on the offer, xleads.com. That's all. That's it. And I use it in my business, so I believe in it. And you can pull your list. You get free skip tracing. You can skip trace your government list. You can do dispo from it. You can do absolutely everything. Oh, and by the way, we give you Ninja Mode, which is a free Go High Level account with it. $49 a month. Nobody even touches me and Zach on it because we are changing the software game because I'm tired of everyone taking advantage of us and you guys. So, okay. Brandon says, I'm on a time crunch to get a deal. I kind of hate when people start with these because I got to go back to what have you done before this? You can't just dump on wholesaling and expect to fix your life in a week or two. My parents are kicking me out. Okay. What method would you recommend to find and close a deal fast? And I'm here to tell you, Brandon, I don't know how old you are. If you want to drop it in the comment, that's great. You can drop it in the private. I don't care if you're 18 or like 45 living in your parents' basement. You shouldn't be living, you should have a plan to get out of your parents' house. So I commend you for looking at wholesaling, but please don't give this unreasonable time frame and push it on wholesaling, because it's probably not going to reward you for it. So what would I do it? I'd go to freewholesaling.com, just like I have down in the comments, and I would go through the course. And I would pretend I'm like Rick with ADHD, and I would just deep dive, and I would sit in the basement for about 2 days, and I wouldn't come out till I had a plan. And then you're going to go take massive amount of action. And then you're going to come back and cry to me on a live stream. And I'm going to tell you to suck it up. It's not easy. Anything you really want in life is not easy. Move forward. And I think your parents are doing you a favor, dude. Now, if you're 16, I don't agree with it. But like, I don't know. I came from a generation. I just wanted out from my parents sooner than later. And I can't listen. My kid's somewhat the exception. My son, he was ready to go at 17, but he needed some mentoring and guiding. And I believe as fathers, our most important job we do is from 18 to 25 with our kids, because those are the biggest mistakes they make. And what do we do in life? Our parents treat us like gods till we're like 6 or 8. And then once we become bratty little teenagers, we become the pain in their butt. And the opposite happens. And that's the part that kind of pisses me off about how we do this. I'm telling you guys, if you're a parent out there, your kids need so much from, let's say 17 to 25, 26. And this is where parents are going, you're out. I'm not responsible anymore. You're a liability. We need to take the opposite approach with our kids. And you got to stop coddling them. This parent hovering thing is a real problem. I watch it from a distance all day long. And I'm telling you, a lot of people like, I didn't pay for my kids' college. Could I afford to pay it? Hell yes. But I didn't pay for it. I'm not entitling my kids. And here's the crazy part is I did the prepaid college Florida fund. And I told my kids, you go out, you get a scholarship, I'll give you all that money. And Zach took me up on it. He fully took me on. In fact, you want to hear a great story? Now, Zach is extremely smart. His IQ would be right up there. Like, this kid's never had to study a day in his life. He has all history memorized. Like he walked in a room with 200 people and memorized everyone's name in 5 minutes and blew the room away when we were in Stewart. If you were down here, I don't have that kind of IQ. I had to work for now. Zach's worked for everything he's got. He was probably slated to be a lawyer, but he loved what I did with me spending time with him. And when I spent time with him, he's like, Dad, I want to do what you do, because there's just always money in the bank account. You always spend time with me. And it looks like I have the most freedom of my time doing that. And that's how I walked my son down my path. Because as parents, we constantly tell our kids what they need to do, but we do the complete freaking opposite. Like, if you tell your kid not to drink and you drink every weekend, you're not a good, like, fix it, guys. We have to lead. We see this in politics all the time. Why can't we do it as fathers and mothers? And we have to do that. Our kids need our help, and we need to do that. So what method would you do? It's the exact deal. It's in freewholesaling.com. The question is, how hard are you going to work it? And what I would do is I go on Zach Discord. Once again, I don't know your exact age. You can put it in the private message, but I'm trying to see if it pops up here, because you kids move fast and they work with JV. I have one guy making 25 grand a month just off ZachDiscord.com. And here's the crazy part. The damn thing's free. The dang thing's free. And so you have all of it. You have Wholesaling for Houses Real, the largest wholesaling Facebook group. You have Zach Discord, the largest wholesaling Discord group. You can go to school. Freewholesaling.com, the largest school group. Do you guys kind of get them in? People can talk smack about me and Zach all you want, but I just look at what the people want. That's all I care about. You can talk smack. People talk about smack about us all the time. At the end of the day, you just pray to God you wish you were in our shoes. All we want to do is help and partner up with people. So that's where I would go on that one, and that's what I want you to do on that one. So Clint says, hey, Rick, I'm new to wholesaling. Welcome. I'd like to hear your experience. How have you been finding sellers through tax delinquent lease? It's an amazing list. It does take work. It takes a lot of effort. So you want to get that list. So what I like to do is have them 2 years behind on their taxes, at or below the average median price, and make sure you filter out all the county-owned property. And then with those people, I like to do reverse driving for dollars. It's most effective. They never answer the phone, and they rarely answer any. They don't answer the phone. So I like to do reverse driving for dollars, and texting are the most effective. They don't respond to direct mail, and they don't respond to cold calling. So, but you're under the right area, Clinton, and that's just look and expand on your list and try to find that smoke, because smoke will lead you to the fire. So that's a great way to think of this. Gracie says, Rick, I'm overthinking because I have a good lead. It's investor friendly. I don't know what that means, but I'm a free on as to how to send my contract without a business name. I could probably get it today if I'm not stuck in fear. So Gracie, I'm going to give you a way to fix this. So if you want, number one, if you want to partner with me, you can submit that deal in there. It's got to be a deal though. I'm not going to sit here and like BS you guys. I'm going to tell you up front if it's a bad deal. That way you can at least get direction and renegotiate it. Or if you want, we can renegotiate it on your behalf. I have 2 full-time employees. This is all they do, and me and Zach oversee them. But we're looking to bring the heat. If I'm going to share half my money with you, and I'll show you how to do it, and you might even get a personal call from me and Zach, then bring us a deal, and we'll help you out. Sellmypaper.com. I promise you'll get a response on it. Or find somebody in the comment section here that wants to partner up with you, and maybe because someone can reach out and help Gracie out and see if there's a good fit in there. The bottom line is, we want to help people. I'm not greedy. You got somebody in here, you connect with it, go for it. Zach Discord's a great place. You got Luca, you got Corey, you got Aaron. I just too many people to name. I'm not Zach. I don't memorize names as well. And or do sellmypaper.com, and we'll be happy to help you out. So let's jump on, do some lives here so we don't run out of time. And let's jump on with Jonathan. What's going on, Jonathan?
What's up, Rick? How are you?
Good, man. What's going on?
Hey, so I've got a quick question. I've got a list of code violations for my city, and
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say it's the biggest list, but I'm actually gonna show you here. There's no way to flip the camera. I don't think there's.
Okay.
So it's all color coded. So these red ones, it's weeds and trash and debris. These green ones are trash and debris, and the list goes down to these blue and purple ones. So blue is CV so it's just landscaping, and then
Uh-huh.
purple is gonna be outdoor storage. So the question I've got really is, I could afford, X leads. I already have PropStream. I'm gonna get X leads pretty soon here.
Okay.
Would you recommend I manually skip trace these leads, or would you recommend like I import them into a software, or what's your approach on this?
I mean, you just got to say, what's your time worth. So the first thing is when you go through a co-violation is landscaping. What market you in?
I'm in Denver.
So like landscaping in Florida is different because we don't really get a lot of cold weather. So when grass grows high, it grows high. If we have like 1 month off, January. That's it. Maybe a little bit in February, maybe 5 weeks. Other than that, the grass grows like 2 to 3 inches a week.
Mhm.
And if you don't cut it, it's obvious. In Denver, I'm assume 6, 7 months out of the year, landscaping is really not a problem, right?
Yeah.
So it becomes like a curb appeal. So in Florida, we heavily lean towards landscaping because it's the telltale sign because we're in a warm climate. Now
Mhm.
you have to cater that when you go more north and you guys get snow and your grass goes dormant, because 6 months out of the year, that one ain't going to help you at all. As far as trash, I like trash. Outdoor storage, I don't do very well on those because I'm just going to say we got a lot of rednecks in Florida, man, who store their crap on the side of the house.
Yeah.
And even though it's a code violation, they're okay with it. It's just weird. Like they never sell those types of properties. So you're going to do a little bit of testing and just prioritize which ones you're going to do. How many leads is it total?
I've got about 90 here.
So you can manually skip trace them. You won't die. It'll probably take you about an hour. It'll suck, and you'll get about 50% of them. I'm just being honest. So you probably get about 50 of them, and then
Mhm.
you got to make a decision what you want to do. What I would do, if you're smart, go over to Zach Discord, find someone that's got X leads already, and try to help them out with something, and then exchange. They skip trace your list for you. It's not, Guys, it's never been easier than ever now, like period. And we ran a trial period where you could do it. We might consider a trial period. It's not happening this month, just to let you know. But like, there's so many people out. Just partner up with someone with X Leads and just, I don't know, get them a gift card or something like that. Like for $5 or $10, you can get the whole thing done with like a little effort. So I tell you an hour. The reality probably went up be 2 or 3 hours because that's like how shit goes sometimes. And I would just find someone and go, hey, can you help me skip trace? And if I get a deal, I will give you $500 off it, and be a man of your word. That's what I would do. There's too many people out there with free skip tracing where you don't have to kill yourself anymore. By the way, the only one that's really offering free skip tracing is X Leads. Everybody else is holding out so they can clean your clock. There's no other softwares that are really including it. And the ones that included, the price is so high. We're not stupid. We're just paying for it in the price. So go in the Zach Discord and find it. And I'm telling you, you can get it done. If not, reach out on the live stream Tuesday, and me and Zach will help you out and do it. I believe in the product so much. Like I would do it for you. I just got a million things on my plate, but I guarantee you can find someone in Zach Discord. If you can't, I will guarantee you I skip trace them for you. Do you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
There's too many resources out there for us to be doing this manually. Now, listen, if it was under 25, I'd say just do it yourself. That way you don't do it, but just cut a deal with someone and then find something you can barter. Like, you guys remember the old school thing of barter? What are you really good at, Jonathan? Like you could help out with something online. Yeah.
Gosh, there's a lot of things. I mean, I've got access to internet, let's see, cold calling. I mean, I've got some time on my hands, I could cold call.
I will cold call this. I will give you the results. And then if you want, give me an extra 100 people and I'll cold call them for you. And if I get a deal, we'll split it 50-50. I'd take that deal all day long. I take that. Listen, I tell people, take X Leads, find people like Jonathan, ready for this? Skip trace them, help them out, give them 1,000 free skip traces, and go, listen, whatever you do off that deal, I'll split with you and I'll help you get it to closing. It's not a bad deal when you're not making any money and you can share resources. And by the way, the basic X Leads comes with 15,000. Like, you can do it. And by the way, you can skip trace one by one. You can do 5 million if you got the time to do it. That doesn't count against your total count. So are you in Zach Discord?
I'm in Zach Discord, yeah.
Oh, come on, dude. There's tons of, if you can't do it in there, come back to me and I will personally do it for you. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I'll find someone for sure.
Once you do it, you'll never, like, you'll be like, crap, dude. Like, I'm not, and then you can go through thousands and thousands of leads. But when we had to do it manually, we did what we had to. Like, you're in a day that now it's a $5 task. And so, like, don't treat it like it's like this high-end thing. Just treat it. And like, I think you're smart for working on getting a deal, then getting X Leads. You're not going to change my life by X. I'm trying to change your life. And so I think it's smart for you to try to get a deal first and then fund it with that one. I think it's really smart. But, prop streaming can do it for you. Why? They don't have to. They don't want to. They don't want to pay for it for you. And I don't know. Maybe I don't do this forever. I will always honor the people that are in my system. So I want you to win. So go to Zach Discord. I'm almost guaranteeing get it done there. If not, just keep bugging me and Zach, and I'll do it right away. We're online every day this week. Sound fair?
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Thank you so much, Rick. Appreciate it.
No problem. See you later. Right. It doesn't get any simpler than this, man. Brady, what's going on, man?
Hey, man. Hey, I put 95 sticky notes on reverse driving for dollars this past weekend.
Okay.
Pre-foreclosures and probates. Only got so a majority of them were pre-foreclosures, and I only got 8 calls back.
How many?
I did get 2 appointments. 95. I think I put 100 because I put some on some distressed properties, but I only got 9 calls back.
Are you upset about that?
So that wasn't yeah, I am kind of. I wish I got some more. So I was just wondering if you have any tips or anything.
Stay consistent because the numbers will be all over the board. Check this out. I've put out 250 notes and never got a call before. Here's the difference. I don't quit. It's a numbers. Yeah. Everybody has who knows why somebody. So unless you're actually putting them on the wrong damn door, it is what it is. And remember, it's a cumulative effect. Not everyone's going to call you the first 48 hours, dude. But I will tell you this. I know it's more of a pain in the ass, but it is more effective than just cold calling itself. But it's more time consuming. I'm the first to admit that. So everything has a yin and a yang. But the problem is a lot of you guys make instant judgments based on what the result is. So what's more important when you start out wholesaling, the action or the result? I'm asking you. I think you're frozen on me. Somebody,
The action.
yeah. Because if you go, crap, I put out 200 sticky notes, only got 8 calls. This sucks. I'm
The
never doing
action.
that. Yeah, you're done. Because think about this. If I'm in whatever, like if I'm in a JV football and I'm training the guys, and the guy can't figure out how to get around the tackle of the guard, you have to keep teaching the moves and keep doing it. And the only way they learn, let me tell you what, I wrestled for 2 years and got my ass kicked. And I remember my mom saying, why you come home with black eyes, you come home with an arm in a sling. My mom didn't get why I wrestled. And maybe I was trying to prove something, and I definitely wasn't getting any chicks because I looked bad. But for 2 years, I had to pay a price, and it was terrible. By year 3, I figured it out. And so I'm not going to say it'd take you 2 years, but the reality is you got to just keep doing it. You got to keep showing up. And all I needed was a little more strength training and just a difference of like 5% in my skill set. And once I did that, I smoked the guy. And I want you to understand, like, it's still there for you to do. You just have to understand it. My lights just, I don't know if we lost power over here or not. So action will always drive the result. But in the beginning, we're also focused on results. We wane on the action. And you're like, so if I depend on the result only, like, you're going to quit because you're going to lose all motivation. So after you do it 15, 20 times, then you start to aggregate data. And then you go, hey, Rick, I put out sticky notes. I get about a 16.2% return. Dude, that's a guy I want to talk to. So you just got one. Just don't like make a complete judgment on it. And remember, if you get one that calls you back and you make $100,000, it's worth it. But you might get one and you only make 3,000. You're still proving the system. See, guys, if I get 1,000 leads, I know I have a deal in there. I just don't know which one it is. And that's why I tell you guys, don't rely on AI for everything, because AI is not a psychic. And remember, how you woke up today. Did you wake up all fired up out of bed this morning, or are you a little groggy?
I woke up fired up.
Yeah, but like some people, you got like until they get their second or third cup of coffee, they can't figure stuff out. And this is the people you're dealing with. Now, if someone come home pissed off for work, saw that note on the door, like, who's this asshole sticking a note on my door? It never stops in our business, and I want you to understand that.
Okay.
Just the biggest thing you can do is consistency and keep doing it. If you quit, it's done and over. This is the number one problem with people direct mail. Everybody wants to cry the first 3, sometimes even 6 months. I've been doing it 20 years. I know exactly what I'm going to get. It was very painful in my first year. And I try to teach people how to get through the pain. And no matter what, they're going to cry, they're going to kick. But the ones that suck it up and do it, they usually do very well. But remember, we're all in different markets. We all have different skill sets. We all have different confidence level. And we all have different things going on in our psyche that holds us back. That's why I constantly talk to you guys about the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. Because the biggest thing you're going to battle in wholesaling is your own mind. It's never your competition. And it's your family that's programmed your whole life, the school system, everything like that. You have been geared to fail in wholesaling. Let's just be brutally honest, dude. How old are you?
I'm 20.
Yeah. So did you go to college?
Hell no.
Yeah. So was that a difficult choice with your parents involved or not?
No, that honestly, my parents are cool. Like, I've already done like 16 deals, but I'm just driving for dollars more in Milwaukee. I will not give up though. I don't care.
And that's it, guys. And you guys want to know why I'm here 23 years later? I'm one of the only guys that didn't quit. And there were people, honestly, talent only gets you so far in wholesaling. Everyone goes, oh, he's such a good talker. Bullshit, dude. I don't care if you have no talking ability. Give me someone to walk through a fire and just keep going. That's the people. the most talented people in wholesaling they always quit. And you know what they do? They go do Forex, they go do the Amazon FBO, then they sell a high ticket coaching program. They're quitters. Sorry. And by the way, who do you think most of the high sale coaching comes from? What industry?
Sales.
Wholesaling.
Oh,
Former wholesaler is just, they're the greatest consultant in the world. They'll teach you how to make millions of dollars, even though maybe they did it 1 year. I'm like, dude, do it 2 years, do it 3, do it 20. And that's the problem. They're like, I can't do it. It's too hard. It's like every one of them. I would never take advice from someone that does not currently wholesale. You're a moron if you do. And I think you're on the right. So you weren't pressured with the college. That's amazing. Because dude, I didn't figure it out till I was 33. I took every bad piece of advice. And if I can tell you this, just stay strong doing what you're doing. And then if you ever want to talk about scaling, you're more welcome to reach out. I don't want any money out of your pocket, dude. I just do partnerships. And so I took in 7 checks today, probably about 150 grand. And honestly, all I did was just guide people. And then my team helped finish some of the deals up. And by the way, when I had 7, I had 15 fall apart, and I brought in 20 new ones. And we just keep milling it. And you're doing exactly what you need to do. So if you need help, if you want to figure out some ways to scale it, I'm always here. You can reach out. I'm very easy to get a hold of. And I love what you're doing. Just, dude, you know, when I do probates, like we get 1 or 2 calls out of 100 lists, and people like, I only got like 7 phone calls. Like, dude, it's amazing. Like that's 7 opportunities. Now, if that happened every month, 7, what is that like? That's like 84 opportunities. You can't find a deal in 84. Like eventually you're going to find someone that wants to like give their house away type of deal. So I think you're doing everything you want. You got any other questions for me?
no, but I just like to say, you know, I'm a marathon wholesaler. I love wholesaling. You know, I don't even care if I don't get a deal for 2 more months. You know, I'm getting paid this month for deals. Like, I'm just enjoying the process. But
and so
yeah, what would you say I should do for mass marketing?
For what? For scaling? Here's what you do.
For mass marketing, for like, yeah.
I like direct mail because I get an 8 times return on my direct mail, but you got to learn the process. If you want to learn it, like really talk about it, reach out to Corey Whitley. He's in school and he'll talk to you. It won't cost you anything, but like, and just so you know, I taught Corey at, what was it, 2.5, 3 years ago. He was doing 2 deals, maybe 3. And I taught him how to, and by the way, I taught him how to do direct mail. He quit on me twice doing it. A lot of you don't know that. And from that, he's doing 10 to 12 deals a month, like good profits. But he knew how to dispose deals. He knew how to talk to his sellers. He just had to figure out how to scale it a little bit more. Now, I'm not going to bullshit you. I tell you what the numbers are, and we'll share it with you, and we get to know a little bit about your market. And my only direction is to teach you your market, but you have to stick to the principles of what I teach. And there are some variations depending on what market you're doing in the country and your own skill sets. And we know that. The reason why I like direct mail, because it's legal. It's never going away. It's completely scalable for one person to do. And you know, it's kind of a fixed cost. You know what your numbers are. So if you budget 3 months of it, you know what it is. If you believe in it, you make some adjustments, you stick to the plan. It's very hard to fail in it. But there is a strategy if you want to reach out to them, talk to them. I wouldn't do it with PPL and PPC because it's like I already tell you, go 100 grand. 100 grand, set 100 grand aside and make sure you have a 2-minute response time. You don't need to have to go through as much with direct mail in it. You do have to figure it out. It does take a little bit of time, and every market's a little bit different. Some people do better than others, but for the most part, did you know that about 75 to 80% of most leads that go to major wholesalers, the guys that do a lot of deals, is direct mail. It's not PPC. It's not PPL. Those are the small ones. And those are the ones usually that are getting the leads for free because they have to promote it. And that's why they push it so hard. So they don't really have any risk. So take that direction. It's a free phone call. They're not going to sell you anything. I promise you. I don't have anything to sell to you on it. It's the complete opposite. Because if I don't think you're a good fit for it, I don't want to do it. Because if you don't succeed, I don't make any money. and I work for free, and so does Corey. So give it a shot and let me know what you think.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Hey, one more thing. I put a note, a business card on a pre-foreclosure, and I'm actually going to the walkthrough right now. Have you ever heard of that? Like, I just tried it and it worked.
So what do you mean you're going through a walkthrough? Do you have it under contract?
No, like I'm gonna do an appointment and give her an offer right now.
Oh, I mean, remember, treat it like wholesaling. Remember, if it's just about the price, you're usually not going to win in this type of business. If you can solve their problem, what do you think the biggest fear of people in pre-foreclosure is?
Losing their house.
It's the unknown. They don't know when it's going to end. They don't know where they're going to live, and they don't know that they're going to be able to leave their house on their own terms. So if you can solve a lot of those problems, then the seller will tell you what they are, then that's how you get the deal. A new wave wholesaler will tell you it's all about price. No, it's about who gives the best offer. So if you give them their dignity and give them control, then it's great. Now, I will tell you this, the sooner you catch them in pre-foreclosure, the better. You know, if they wait too long, they get that procrastination thing and they wait till the very end, they're a pain in the ass. So find out how long they've been in pre-foreclosure. Right, yeah. Because once they get like 6 months past, they feel like a miracle's going to come, and you can't be that miracle. Okay? Brady, you got it. You're coming up on me, man. So Brady's got it. Brady just doesn't have to quit. Dude, he got 7 or 8 opportunities. I take the opportunities and I absolutely run with them. You know, that's it. And then I go, how can I maximize on the opportunities, and how can I get it? How can I get it going? How can I get more is what I'm looking at. So guys, listen, do me a favor. If you got value from today, smash that like button. And for God's sake, share this stream with someone that can really use it. Someone who's struggling and getting leads. Make sure you subscribe to this. Guys, we'll be on tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time on Flip with Rick. Check us out there. And I love you all. I appreciate you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. See you.